Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What? Hey, you. It's forbidden to walk at night here without a light.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. But he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery, so there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. Goodbye.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
It was my choice. For a common lad like me, it's the easiest way to get an education and do something worthwhile with my life.
It looks like we're both here for the same reason. I think we'll get along.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
Salve, Domine.
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware.
Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work.
As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, the library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We will be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here. Will you tell me something?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. It's peaceful here.
So you chose...
It may seem...
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will...
I see. Are there any...
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing...
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Tell me something about, like...
Work.
What are the roles of the...
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, but it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do...
Who's in charge? Are there already candidates?
Brothers John and Nevlas, but the others have been fighting like dogs because of them. We don't have to fight.
This John...
A circator, and really just an unpleasant old man. It's mostly the older brothers on his side, because they believe he'll protect the status quo and all the benefits that come with...
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He's what they call the provost. He'd like to bring back solemnity to the monastery through reform and by returning...
Why can't novices vote?
They say we don't have enough experience to decide about anything. Don't worry, we'll get our...
Why is who wins so important?
We're young and we'll spend the rest of our lives here. And the abbot decides everything about our lives.
Who would you...
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor, don't go poking your nose into other people's business. Ah, Gregor.
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out.
Who'd tear up a book like that? Brother librarian might know.
I'd like to ask you something. It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Celerius. They say he used to be a thief.
I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
Someone whose job it is to investigate the case, find the perpetrators and make sure they get the punishment they deserve.
Punishment? Do you intend to punish them here, in the monastery?
I don't know yet. I'm still just on their trail. Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, nor the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lukas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
The forbidden books must be in that cabinet.
The book stood in there out for your eyes to see.
brother.
I've read one of the manuscripts copied by one of the novices. I think I'm going to cry.
It's that touching, is it?
Touching? More like infuriating. A horrible, abominable waste of parchment. Young people have no respect for writing these days.
But they'll learn. We were no different.
Peace be with you, brother.
Stomping about like a bear.
That must have been Brother Cicada. He can't sleep and prays long into the night.
No, it isn't. It's sour. No matter. We'll get more soon, so good health.
Good health.
We'll have to take that Yodok to task about where he got this wine and tell him next time he'd better get proper Znojmo.
You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You wouldn't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
I don't want to drink with you, but I promise I won't say a word to anyone.
You youngsters have got no backbone. Still, remember what you promised. One word about this and we'll make your life hell. And if you ever decide you want to have some fun after all, you know where to find us. move a muscle. Brother, stealing is a sin. You should know that as a Christian.
Very well, brother.
Now, show me what you have on you.
I'm Gregor and I'm new.
I know. I saw you in the church during ceremony. I have the feeling we'll be meeting again soon, and often. You see, I'm the circator.
What does that mean?
I make sure everyone observes the rule, does their work, and that everything's the way it should be.
When it's not the way it should be?
Then we're authorized to mete out punishment. But certainly you won't require correction, will you, brother?
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Abbot Peter is the administrator.
And what happens when the old abbot dies?
Then we elect a new one.
Are there any candidates?
Yes, there are. On one side are brothers who'd like to see John.
Tell me about
John is the circator and the oldest brother here. It would be only natural if he took the crozier from Peter. He has experience, merit, and composure. He'd lead.
I'd like to know about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He doesn't have the most experience, but his drive and heart are pure. Although perhaps he's too keen to...
Why does it matter?
Because the future... The older brothers...
I thought politics...
You're right, but we know nothing besides the...
Are there ever any disagreements?
Unfortunately, yes.
Tell me something about...
Prayer, work.
Can you tell me something?
7 centuries ago, the fundamental precepts are obedience, work, and prayer.
Do you never want to know what's going on out there?
And what should be going on? The sky is...
I'm interested in...
It was founded by Saint Procopius 500 years ago.
Heretics, you say?
They wanted to worship...
What are the roles of...
Well, the abbot is the head, but he's not here now. Then there's the prior. As a novice, you should be particularly mindful of the circuit.
What can you tell me about the novel?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a...
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But Antonius is hardworking and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse and no one knows much about him. And then we have you, about who I know nothing.
What can you tell me?
What can I say?
I meant something specific about...
But you know them yourself. Yorick is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager. Perhaps too eager. Antonius...
Can you leave?
Well, where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway...
Who would you like?
Brother John. Brother, is this a tavern?
Very...
Can't you see? We're at Mass.
Brother? Stealing is a sin. You should know that as a...
Very well, brother.
Now...
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
In the night, I overheard the cicadas in the cellar. They were talking about you.
Oh, no. So it's still not over. This isn't a life in service of God. This is purgatory.
Lucas, what's going on?
What do you think? Just like you, I saw the cicadas drinking and playing hazard as if they were in a brothel.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
We should report them.
I agree.
I warned them if they didn't stop, I'd go and tell the prior. But instead of mending their ways, they vented their anger on me.
You've picked the wrong people to make enemies of, Lucas, they told me. Now, I can't even count how many days and nights I've spent locked up in solitary confinement for the tiniest offenses, or for no offense at all.
Is there something I can do to help?
Would you? I think all it might take is for you to go and sit down with them, have a talk, set things straight, then they'd leave me alone. But I'm afraid even this path leads nowhere. They'd probably start hounding you as well.
I'm not afraid of them.
Brother, you have the courage I lack. May the grace of God be upon you.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas. Nothing else matters.
Come on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was. I never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took...
I'd like to ask you... if you could...
But I can't...
I'd like to know some...
I don't know much, but ask away.
Tell me about Antonius.
I'd like to, but there's nothing to tell. I've...
Brother?
Very well.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Mart! He's run off again. Oh dear.
Lord in heaven,
Brother?
what have you done now?
Very well.
Peace be with you, brother.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Neblis, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the...
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists and...
I'd like to ask... Who's in charge?
Abbot?
And what happens when the...
Then we elect...
Tell me about yourself.
I'm the provost of this monastery. But in reality, I spend all my time making sure my...
I'm interested in...
You're not alone?
What? What sins are you talking about?
The scripture says, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. I'm sorry, Gregor, it's not my place to speak about the sin.
Tell me something about...
When he became...
Can you tell me about Abbot...
Peter's wise in the ways... But you, brother...
With what?
I'm interested...
What do you need me for?
In order to get the recipe for this medicament, a few rules will need to be broken. Now you know most of the brothers believe every illness is a message from God, and that it's not our place to deny his will. The cure for Abbot Peter's illness...
Why are they forbidden?
Because they contain occult and demonic practices, witchcraft and all manner of evil. Or so some people claim. It's nonsense, of course. This is nothing but a book of medicine, albeit one written by a pagan. Ibn Sina, also known as Avicenna, is universally acknowledged to be a wise man. But here, at some point, someone decided his book was the work of a Saracen devil and must be kept under lock and key. Since then, no one can even talk about the book. But the three wise men were from the East, were they not?
Where can I find it?
In the library, there's a large cabinet with a lock on it. The forbidden books are inside. You'll easily recognize what you're looking for. The cover has not only a Latin inscription, but also Saracen letters. Bring it to me, but leave the other books there. No one will notice if one book disappears, but if more were to vanish, someone would certainly begin to look into it, which is...
Is there anything you can tell me that would...
There's a key to the cabinet in the prior's chambers. The librarian should have another one, or you can acquire some lockpicks. But I can't tell you where or how. Perhaps Brother Celerius could help.
Why can't you do it yourself?
Because I'm one of the highest-ranking monks here, and one day I'd like to be...
You could just ask for it.
Do you honestly think I haven't tried?
I'm ready.
One more important thing. There's always someone in the library during the day. To pass unwatched, you'll need to go at night. They say Brother Solarius understands locks, but don't tell him why you need it. Once you have the book, bring it to me, and I'll then use it to make Peter's medicine. We'll soon have the election of the abbot over and done with.
Not now, brother.
I'd like to ask you something. Are there ever any...
Unfortunately, yes.
I understand. Who would you...
John, definitely.
I'm looking for something a little, unorthodox.
And what would that be exactly?
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lockpicks? And what would you like those for?
I'd like to practice opening locks, just for the fun of it.
Just for fun? Pull the other one, brother. It's got bells on. Anyway, you're barking up the wrong tree. I can't help you.
Brother? What are you doing here? Shouldn't...
I was feeling a bit queasy.
Brother? Save your excuses for... This is your first warning. Don't do it again.
What would you like?
I'm looking for something... No, nothing.
I'd like to ask...
I'm looking for...
And what...
I'm look... What's it to you? Do you have some or not?
Peace, brother. There's no need to get all worked up. So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all behind me as soon as I took the vows. But I do have a few lockpicks left. I'll trade them for food. Get me a bite to eat, and you can have your lockpicks. Can't say fairer than that, can I? What troubles you?
What do we have here? A nice sharp dagger. Now what would a monk need that for?
Saint Benedict. Readings on humility. The first degree of humility is For the obedience given to superiors is given to God.
Talk to me, brother.
If a disciple obeys with an ill will and murmurs, not necessarily with
Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bonet voluntatis.
the rule of Saint Benedict.
Let's talk about the price.
Readings on the abbot. Therefore, when anyone receives the name of abbot, he ought to govern his disciples with a twofold teaching. That is to say,
I'm finished.
he should show them all that is good and holy by his deeds. Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of Silo, the well-disposed and those of good understanding.
What would you like?
With verbal admonition, the first and second.
Credo in unum Deum, Patrem omnipotentem, Factorem Celi et Terrae, visibilium omnium et invisibilium.
first degree of humility is obedience without delay. This is the virtue of those who hold
Stop,
nothing
Gregor.
dearer to them than Christ, who, because of the holy service they have professed, and the fear of hell and the glory
Brother.
of life everlasting.
What are
as
you
soon as
doing
anything
here?
has been ordered
Shouldn't
by
you
the
be
Superior,
working somewhere?
receive it as a divine command and cannot suffer any
I had
delay
other
in
affairs that needed to be attended
But
to
this
immediately.
very
It will never
obedience
happen
be
again.
acceptable to God
Brother,
and pleasing to men
I'm sorry, but
only if what
this is your
commanded
second warning.
is done
Do
without
it again and
delay, lukewarmness. Yet his work will not be acceptable to God, who sees that his heart is murmuring, and far from gaining a reward for such work as this, he will incur the punishment due to murmurers, unless he amend and make satisfaction. The Rule of Saint Benedict, readings on humility. The first degree of humility is obedience without delay. This is the virtue of those who hold nothing dearer to them than Christ, who, because of the holy service they have professed, and the fear of hell and the glory of life everlasting, as soon as anything has been ordered by the Superior, receive it. The Rule of Saint Benedict.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bonet voluntas.
Expounding the Lord's commandments in words to the intent. What troubles you?
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a book. Do you know what it is?
It appears to be a pig.
Ovid? What is that?
Not what, but who? Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes by him in the library. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a... If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned.
Can you tell me something? Where should I look?
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked you to do it.
Oh.
Absolutely. I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find...
Good. I'll look around for it.
Thank you, brother.
I found a few...
Wonderful. Keep look...
Is it possible to learn something about the other novices in the library?
Only the abbot and the prior keep such records.
And can I see them?
No. The abbot writes and keeps his records in his chambers, and only he and the prior...
I've heard there is some...
That's correct. They're here, safely hidden away from...
How does a book get on?
Forbidden works are full of heresy and blasphemy and...
Could a book be prohibited?
No errors are made. Every book on the prohibited list is there for a reason. Who am I to doubt the wisdom of Mother Church?
What if I...
You could not. They are libri prohibiti, and the only people permitted
Not even if I were to beg? Or...
If you could prove to me that you truly like books, then maybe.
I don't need to hear anything else. I've heard about a
Who told you about that?
What's the meaning of this? Have you been possessed by an evil spirit?
Apage, Satanas.
What's that there?
this have you been possessed by?
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother.
Trouble?
You're young, perhaps intemperate.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. I'm interested in the other I'm interested in Lucas.
Nobody knows much about Lucas. He keeps himself to himself. If you ask me, he's got something to...
Do you have any grounds for suspecting him?
Quite a lot. And also none at...
Do you know...
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he's always happy to help.
My name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about...
Are you hiding?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil Flashka of Pardubitz? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, the lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me, in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
But you didn't have to come here.
No, not if I didn't mind being left to beg alms by the...
They must have realized you robbed them.
I donated some of the silver to the monastery when I came in, just to piss them off. I can just see my brothers, my siblings, arguing with the abbot to get...
And you stashed away the remainder?
Indeed so.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off some.
That's all I wanted.
Please, keep it to yourself. Especially the part about the coin.
How is it that you don't get...
I've paid off the circators to turn a blind eye. And the other monks don't notice as long as you show your face there from time...
Who would you elect?
Most
I'd like to ask you... Will you tell...
I've...
That's all...
Please...
I'm still...
It's no big terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. I mean, at other times I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
I'll leave you be. Don't worry, I won't...
Thank you. And please, Gregor.
There's something I should tell you. Something you won't be happy to hear. I'm here to find someone, and, well, to do away with him. But listen, it's not murder. Not when it's a man like him. He's one of the brigands who burned...
What's he doing here? And who are you?
They call him Pious because he used to be a priest. When he found out a lot of people were after him, he hid away here. And as you can see, they sent me here to find him and bring him to justice.
So we have one outlaw and one assassin in our midst. This place is a lot more exciting than I expected.
Well, that's just it. I suspect Lucas.
He certainly says little enough, and he keeps himself to himself. I could well believe he's hiding something, but not that he's a killer.
I won't tell you more, and I'd like you to keep silent about this too.
You're talking about killing in the monastery. I really should report it.
Listen to me, you worthless shit. You'll be keeping your mouth shut. Otherwise, you can count on me to do away with...
I thought better of you, Gregor. You're just a common killer. Remember, the mills of God grind
Will you tell me? I mean, where you're from? You see, I'm
You're looking for someone? But you're a novice, aren't you?
I am a novice. At least until I find the man I'm looking for.
Why would you be looking amongst monks? You know, the laws of man aren't valid here. In the cloister, we're subject to...
I'm looking for a footpad who's hiding out here in the monastery. He had a hand in raising the Neuhoff farm.
I heard something about that. But why are you telling me all this?
Because you could help me. It has to be one of the other novices.
That can't be. Have you told the prior?
Talk to him. Then I'll... Do you have any idea which of the novices could be the...
I don't know, and I don't care to know. I wish you'd never told me. Now I won't be able to sleep at night.
What would...
Get away from my cabinet. The books stood in there aren't for your eyes to see. Please, this is disgraceful behavior.
What is it, brother?
Is there any way I could help?
What would you like to do? Climb up the tower and shout, "Vote for Neverless, vote..."
Not exactly. You do have an opponent.
John isn't my opponent, he's my brother. Just like you and everyone else here. But there is something you could help me with. You must know there's a great deal of iniquity here in the monastery. I'd be interested to hear of anything I don't know about.
Should I find out for you what's going on around here?
Let me make this clear. I want to base my candidacy on putting things in order. But if I don't know exactly what's wrong...
Very good then. I'll find...
Thank you, brother.
I'm interested in the...
You're not alone.
Why? What's wrong with it now?
Many brothers think more about their stuff.
I'll be interested to know more about Brother John.
I don't like to speak ill of people, but Circuitor John is the worst person the monks could pick to represent them. He's nothing but an old schemer and pedant who preaches water but drinks wine. He's won the older brethren over because they know he won't call an end to their debauchery.
Why do you want to become up?
Because when I see the way things are headed around here, I have no up. I'd like to change things and bring back meaning and esteem to the monastery.
That's all.
Peace be with you, brother. What is it, brother?
I've discovered...
I see.
The older brothers are picking on novice Lucas.
It seems that now even brothers can't avoid worldly evil. Thank you for the information, and if you can, stand up for him.
The Circators go into the cellar at night.
I thought so. John always reeks of it. And he wants to be abbot. Hypocrite. Perhaps if you told the prior, that would clear...
That's all I know.
If you find out anything else, come to me. I'd be interested to hear it.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I want you to prepare 2 marigold decoctions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done. Ah, Gregor.
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough. Praise be to
Brother, stealing is a sin. You should know that as a Christian.
Very well, brother.
Now, show me what you have on.
Servus.
Servus.
Can't you see we're at Mass?
Brother. Brother Cyril mentioned that you didn't submit your parchments in the scriptorium. Do you not enjoy copying books, or are you just willfully shirking your responsibilities?
You're right, brother.
This is your first warning. Where were you during...
You're right, brother.
This is your second warning. Do it...
Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bonet voluntatis. Agnus Dei, qui tollis peccata mundi, miserere nobis. Credo
Servers.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bonet voluntatis.
Abbot Peter's health is deteriorating. They say he won't make it to the autumn.
No, no, Peter has a strong constitution. He'll still be on this earth for many years to come.
I wish all good health upon him, but I want change, and only a new abbot can bring that.
Waiting pays off.
Food.
There's no hurry.
What do they do in that kitchen? I'll bet they keep the tastiest morsels for themselves and give us the slop that's left over.
The food's different down here. I remember
These novices. I'd pull those idlers by the ears.
Kyrie eleison,
Their superiors to chase around
Christe eleison.
I've read one of the
again.
manuscripts copied
I've had
by
enough of
one
it.
of the novices. I think I'm going to cry. It's that touching, isn't it?
These novices. They pull
feeling.
those idlers by the ears.
What have they done to you this time, brother?
They're shirking their responsibilities, leaving us, their superiors, to chase around after them, finishing what they don't.
Did you have to finish someone's weeding in the garden again?
Yet again. I've had enough of it.
Abbot Peter's health is deteriorating. They say he won't make it to the autumn.
No, no, Peter has a strong constitution. He'll still be on this earth for many years to come.
Today's food. What do they do in that kitchen? I bet they keep the tastiest morsels for themselves. Plus the slop that's left over.
The food's definitely gone downhill. I remember back when we ate like kings.
And the wine. Those were the days.
You'll see, things will get better with the new abbot.
Someone really reeked at Matins.
You're right. It stunk like a wine barrel in there. And it's not the first time.
It's a mystery, the one that will soon be solved.
You're right.
It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
First time.
It's a mystery, but one that'll be soon solved. It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
I'm telling you, someone's been creeping around in the corridor at night. What am I saying, creeping? He was stomping about like a bear.
That must be Brother Cicada. He can't sleep and prays long into the night.
Ooh.